Hi, welcome to CodezBuzz, and in this video I will discuss with you what is the control flow statement and why we use control statement in Java. In Java, compiler execute the code from top to bottom. That means when compiler read the code, that is top to bottom in top order to one by one line it uh, uh, read, then compiling and executing them. The statement in the code are executed according to the order which they appear. That means if first line, then second line, then third line by line, it will be executed and it will be happen, and after that it will be execute, give the result. Java provides statements that can be used to control flow of Java code. Such statements are called as control flow statement. That means it provides statement that we use to control the flow. If compiler come from top to bottom, if we don't need from middle to downside, then we use the control flow statement. That statement can help us to maintain the code. When we need this portion of code, then we use the control flow statement. Then we have to ability to stop this coding in that particular time. Such statements are called control flow statement. It is one of the fundamental feature of Java which provides smooth flow of programming. That means control flow is a fundamental feature. It is a base feature for uh, control the smooth flow of program. So we just discuss this topic like uh, uh, decision making statement in Java. What is first we use the control flow statement in Java? There are those of statement like if statement, then switch statement, then loop statement, then do while loop statement, then while loop statement, then for loop statement, then for each statement, and jump statement, break statement, and continue statement. These are the most important statement and control flow statement in Java. This is basically used in everywhere. When we write 10 code, then in this time we use those of things for our requirement. Then first thing is decision making statement. What is decision making statement? If yeah, when if I go, then it will be happen. If I am not go to there, then it will be not happen. That means it's a decision making statement. In decision making, there is two options. This is one is yes, another one is no. That's why in Java in programming there is if else statement. If it is working, then execute this one. Then if else, then it will execute another one. That much expression we just learn. That as the name suggests, decision making statement, which statement execute when decision making statement evaluate the boolean expression and control the program flow depending upon the result of condition provided. There are two type of decision making statement in Java, that is if statement and switch statement. We just learned these things in previously. There is statement, this is so providing only boolean value, this is yes or no, then it is first statement is if statement. What is the importance of if statement? That is mostly important, and why we use, for that reason I just tell you, it is mostly common. In Java, the if statement is used to evaluate condition. The control of program is diverted dependent upon specific condition. The condition of the if statement gives Boolean value either true or false in Java. There are four types of if statement given. There is a simple if statement, that is only if, in otherwise it is not working. I'll just discuss all of thing in programming, so don't worry about it. I just show you. So I just start the eclipse, then it will be uh, I show. Then another one is if else statement. If else statement means if is a yes, if else means there is not happening, then else is printing. Another one is if else if ladder. That means if then if, in between if there is if else condition, then else condition, then in between there if else condition, that much of thing happen. Let's understand the if statement. If statement, nested if statement, that means nested. In between if there is if, in between if there is if, there is a lot of conditions happening. If you write a program like prime number, you write a program like leap year. This thing is basic program for these things. You can much better understand these if else condition, how it work, what is nested if else. These things is happening. So I just discuss with you. Then simple if statement means what is the simple if statement, what is a if else statement. I just discuss about these things in programming. So there is a clip side not open, then I just read, then I will show you these things in video. So there is simple statement, simple if statement. It is most basic statement among flow control statement in Java. Evaluate Boolean expression and enable the program to enter block of code expression evaluate to true. That means when if condition is applied, if condition there is some condition, then it is workable, it is true, then it is Boolean value is true, then it execute these things. If it is consider following no, then it is not printing anything because it is only if condition like that. This example is for you know betterly. This one, there is x is equal 10, y is equal 12, then x plus y greater than 20, then it is true, then it will print this statement. If it is false, there when it is less than, it is showing false, then it will be print the nothing. So you don't worry about it. I just discuss everything about with you. So there is another statement. This is called if else statement. In if else statement is an extension of the if statement. That means if is only if content, but else statement is contain the another part of the if yes, if it is condition true, then print this thing. Na? Then else part is also printing when if is not executable. When the if condition is false, the boolean value is false. That this means if statement extension the if statement which used another block of code, that is else block. The else block is executed if the condition of the if block is evaluated as false. That means if block is evaluated as false, then it will be print. Then you just know this programming like when if condition, then a condition is false, then this is not executed, then it will go directly from else statement. Else statement means it is when condition false, it is else will be printed. There is printed the statement like that. It is a unsuitable example for that. This is x is equal 10, there is 12, then x plus y less than 10, then it is true, then it will be print the 10. Print that sorry less than 10, then it will be print the false value. Then when it is the false value, it will be print the less than 10, then it will be print the else part, x plus y greater than 20. Then it will be happening in this code. So we just go for the if else ladder. In if else ladder there is like that condition. First the if condition, then when it is come to else, there is also one a if, then there is one condition apply. There is like that. When it is as if above 25, then they pay 15,000. If they are above in between 18 to 25, then they will pay 10,000. Like that, we just use this statement as per our requirement. That's why if else ladder is important in control flow statement. Just like example just this thing I just show you in the coding part. Don't worry, there is also suitable example for that. There is public student string city Delhi. If city is equal to Merut, then system is city is Merut. Then so when it is Delhi, then it will be print. Then nested if else means in between if there is another if else statement. When it is else statement, there is another if else statement. Like that, it will be happen. It in nested if statement, the if statement cannot contain a if or if else statement inside another if else. There is like that. Mm. when there is if condition, in between if condition statement one is true, then if condition two, then there is execute when condition is true. Then else statement there is also like that. Then like that it will be happen. Consider the following example like that. I just show you the example because it will be little bit tricky. If you think about this is hard, this thing will happen, don't worry about it. Java is easiest language ever because there is a lot of functionality like you work in your life. So don't worry about it. Public class student, then there is a string called Delhi and India. When if address ends with India, then another if address contain Meerut, then system with the city is Meerut. Else if address contains Noida, system print you are in a city is Noida. Like that it will be happen there. Here is the else statement, there is also providing like that print address split. That means you will be not in this criteria. Then another one is called switch statement. If you know the switch statement in programming, and switch statement basically happen when you have lots of option. You have lots of option means you have lots of friends. I have 10 friends. I choose them to if A is my close friend, then I will give them 100 rupees. If this B is my second highest friend, then I will give to 200 rupees. Like that way, I have decided to in which person I will give the how much amount of money. That is the our option things. Like there is five people, how much amount I will give, that is my personal opinion, and that much amount I will give to them. That is the use case in switch statement. In Java, switch statements are similar to if-else statement. The switch statement contain multiple block of code called cases. That means I just A my friend, B is my friend, C is my friend, D is my friend. But in traveling time, I choose which of my friend, that is depend upon me. Like that way, switch statement also work. Case is executed based on the variable which is being switched. The switch statement is easier to use instead of if else statement. It also enhance the readability of the program. Point to be noted about switch statement: the case variable int sort byte char and enumeration string type also supported in version of 7 Java. Cases cannot be duplicated. When you return in cases, there is not be duplicated. Default statement is executed when any of the cases does not match the value of expression. It is optional. Break statement terminate the switch block when the condition is satisfied. It is an optional. If not used, next case is executed. If there is if it is condition is a switch in between switch break condition, it is condition. If it is not executed, it is executed, then another row will be skipped. Then if we use continue statement, then it will be continue by through another statement. So it is optional. If not used to next case, it is executable. Then while using switch statement, we must notice that the case expression will be the same type as variable. That means the case type always be same as the variable type. However, it will be also constant value. That means it will also always be a constant value. So don't worry about it and don't confuse in this Java program. The syntax to use the switch statement is given below like that. A switch will be used. There is the expression depend upon you what you choose case value one statement one. There is if it is I print the value one, then it will be print this statement. If there is value n, then value n. If there is I print value n, then it will be statement of the value n statement. So don't worry about it. It will be totally easy. Don't be panic for if um, any doubt in between. So don't feel don't feel that. Just ask and read from website and comment me for that things. Like that there is an unsuitable example num2, then switch case num2 num if it is num2, then it will be print the number 2. If there is a number 2 is not here, case num2 is not here, then it will be print the default value. When it is not anything, then it will be default printing the default value. Then we come into while statement. In while there is a lot of thing like while loop. What is why we use loop? Because if you have a condition, you have condition like 1 to print 1 to 100, 1 to 100 in a single program. That means if you execute multiple tasks in a single program, that's why we required the loop statement. Loop statement is always our most important uh, role play in this programming. So loop statement have there is a lot of loop statement, for loop, while loop, dual loop, for each loop. That means loop is play important roles in the programming. In programming, sometimes we need execute the block of code repeatedly while some condition evaluate true. However, loop statement used to execute the set of instruction and prepared order the repeated order, the execution of the set of instruction depends upon a particular condition. If there is condition, then it will be happen regularly and simultaneously. Java for loop. For loop, there is a for loop that is one initialization things like initialization the value of I, J, K, your choice, you depend upon you. There is you first initialization, then apply condition. Condition means there is true or false value, boolean value. Then there is incremental and decremental order. There is if we learn the increment plus one incremented by plus one, similarly decrement by minus one. That way it will be applicable. So don't worry about it, just you know these things like that. The follow chart control flow in Java, there is these things will be happen, these things will be happen. Then control flow, I will everything discuss and programming in the loop concept video. Don't worry about it, it will be good for the knowing this thing fast, then we'll execute. Then you have to strong idea about this loop condition, if else condition, switch condition, that will be help you a lot. Then there is a loop condition. I just like that there is initialization, j initialize, then condition gives the true false value, that means boolean value. Then j plus plus my means this is incremented by one. Then this second one is the Java for each loop. For each loop in Java, for each loop there is also one small condition is applicable. There is when we use this thing now, Java provides enhance for loop transfers the data structure like array and collection in the for each loop. We don't need to update the loop variable. The syntax to use the for each loop in Java is given below. That is means if there is a array, collection and string, then we don't have to declare the data type first. It is automatically incremented. And for data type here, data type you declare the data type like array name and collection name, then it will be incremented like that. I just I program, when I program, then you know the betterly. For each loop calculation in Java, there is a statement like that. If string Java, C++, Python, like that, there is a string is commented, then there is a for loop. For each loop is happening the for string, that means the string and name of the string data type, then it is names. It is names means it will be printing like that Java, C++. The output will become here like that, printing the Java, C++, like that. It will become like that. Then come into the while loop. Then come into the while loop. In while loop also there is also lot of things like when it is like that for loop, it is fast condition, then it is will be increment previously, then there in between there is a incremental statement. In while loop, it is also used to iterate over the number of statement multiple times. However, if we don't know the number of iteration in advance, it is recommended to use while loop. Unlike for a loop, the initialization of incremental and decremental place inside the loop statement in while loop. It is also known as a entry control loop because there is entry control like that. Since the condition is checked and start the loop, if the condition is true, then it will loop body will be executed. Otherwise, statement after loop will be executed. That means why we call it as a entry control loop, because in for loop there is assignment, then condition, then this thing. But in while loop there is directly in while loop use, there is condition first apply, then it will be increment, yeah, execute like your choice. How you can define that thing, that thing will be happen. So there is this thing is happening in here. So uh, we go for the next loop. Next loop is looping condition is like that. It will be executed public class like I just show you while how while is execute on while when int j is equal to declared previously, then a condition, then it will be print, then it will be increment, then it will be like that. It will be happening. Then another one is Java do while loop. In do while loop, there is once the loop will be executed. When do part will be executed first, then it will go for the while step. The do while loop check the condition at the end of the loop after executing the loop statement. When the number of iteration is not known and have to execute the loop at the latest once we can use the do while loop. That means I just say you the once the do portion is executable. After that, if the condition is true, then enter the while loop. Otherwise, only do loop will be executed. Then like that, to do statement, then while condition, then while statement, then it will be happen. Control flow in Java. Consider the following example and understand functionality of loop. That means we just know the loop of the Java do while. When like that, it will be happening like the to int j equal to 0, system print the 10 numbers if it is first portion is d, do portion. If do is executable, if do is executable, then while will be execute. Then when do is execute, then while will be uh, go for the while. If while condition is true or false, it depends upon your statement. If it is execute, then first once it will execute and print these things like that. First it is execute list, then execute, then it will be come into the do while loop. This is happening in do while loop. Then we after the do while, it is come from jump statement, break statement. These things will be happening. Jump statement, the jump statement are used to transfer the control of the program to specific statement. In other words, jump statement transfer the execution control to the other part of program. There are two type of jump statement in Java. There is break and continue. There is jump statement. What is mean by jump statement? It is end here, then it will be worked here, then it will be jump another statement. If it is not executable, then it will be break here. Like that, it will be happen. Jump statement have two statement. Those are one is break statement and another one is continue statement. Don't worry about it. You will learn these things like that. Java in the break statement cannot be used to independently in the Java program. That is, it cannot can only be written inside the loop or which statement. It is only used in between loop and switch statement. Then break statement, example for loop, and consider the following these things. Will execute these things like that. Don't worry about it. I just program everything in one by one. So don't worry about it. You just know how it is. It will work. There is a, if for loop, there is a break statement. If when it is come into 6, then it will be break and keep the output. When it will be 6, when it will be 6, then it will be break. Don't print the another 7, 8, 9, 10. It will be not print. That means when you use break, it will be stop from there. Then another one is continue. That means continue statement like that. 1 to 6 is not printed. Only printed the 6 to 10. Like that, it will be happen like break statement using switch statement. I just show you in the programming video. Don't worry about it. I just copy from Java continue statement. Unlike the break statement, the continue statement does not break the loop, whereas it is keeps the specific part of the loop where jump to the next iteration of the loop immediately. That means like that it will be happen. I just tell you it will be fast print, then continue. Like that, there is a condition apply 4, then it will be print after 4. Like that. Opposite to the break system. Break. I just don't have the output, so I just output like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Like that, it will be printed. So we'll just discuss one by one of all the control statements. So don't worry about it. Just follow for the next video for more detail about the control statement. So continue our Java video. If you have interested, if you have know something in my video, so just do like the video and subscribe our channel. So bye bye. See you in next video.